If you love podcasts, you already know how to fit great stories into your busy day. So why not do the same thing with books? Everand is an affordable audiobook and ebook subscription that goes wherever you go. Your commute, your workout, your grocery run. No rearranging your schedule, no carving out reading time. Just hit play. For a limited time, new members get 2 free books when they start a free trial. Go to everand.com/listen to claim yours. That's everand.com/listen.
I drive my bus in a busy city. That's why road safety is so important to me. I know that I must slow down and be extra careful when I make a wide turn. Buses need more room than cars. Everyone can help keep our roads safe. Next time you're driving, remember to give buses plenty of time and space to finish turning before driving ahead. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
I'm here on the job site with Dale, who's a framing contractor.
Hey, good morning.
Dale traded up to Geico Commercial Auto Insurance for all his business vehicles. We're here where he needs us most.
Yep, they sure are.
We make it easy for him to save on all his insurance needs, all in one place, with coverage that fits his business and bottom line. Oh, I shouldn't have looked down.
It's all right.
We're so far up here.
Look at me. Take a deep breath.
No, I'm good. So good.
Get a commercial auto insurance quote today at geico.com and see how much you could save. It feels good to Geico.
Welcome to Heaving Bosoms, the podcast where 2 best friends recap romance novels while getting ish together and soaking up spring. Hey HBs, I hope you're drinking your water, taking your meds, hugging your babies, whatever kind they are, and looking after yourselves. If all goes to plan this Friday, we're getting together with patrons live on Discord to start playing Stardew Valley. Sabrina and I are building a farm and playing together, and patrons get to be there. I'm so excited. It's gonna be like a team building activity, except cool. That's Friday, May 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern. And that same day, we're dropping a bonus episode about the dark MM romance I've been reading recently. Ooh! Let's just say that Rena Kent has delivered again. We're so thankful to everyone who's chosen to support us on Patreon. So help me in shouting out Sarah, Autonomous M, Catherine A, Cassie D, Jessica L, Audie B, and Macy M. This week, we've got the final parts of The Bride by Julie Garwood. This is the part of the book in which the murderer is revealed and feelings are laid bare. I couldn't edit out all of the pooch shenanigans in the background, but I think dogs generally add to the overall charm of any situation, right? Sabrina and I start this episode with some banter, so if you don't want to hear about my life stuff that was happening at the time, and 2 truly hilarious stories about Sabrina's aversion to heights, skip to around the 16-minute mark. All right, here is part 5 of The Bride by Julie Garwood. Okay, so this weekend, it was a big weekend.
It was. You told me about that.
Yeah. So, listener, Sabrina and I originally recorded, I think, on Thursday. We were like, this book is only 17 chapters. It's historical. We're just going to do it, we said to ourselves. And then we did get a third of the way through the book, as you might recall. And we were like, we'll finish it up on Friday. So then we did get another third of the way through the book, maybe? I don't know. And then I was like, Sabrina, I would love to finish this like before I go to a Polycon so I can like pre-edit and I'll be able to, pre-schedule episodes. It'll be amazing. But I cannot because I have a giant weekend, including but not limited to my kid's birthday party at a trampoline park. And it was a success. It was a giant success.
I was going to ask about that. I'm
update.
so excited.
Mm-hmm. And all the moms who, because we've been to a party there before for a different kid, and all the moms were like, so are you jumping today? Because I'm the person who like, I fucking love a trampoline park, first of all. Mm-hmm. Like, I cannot get enough of stuff like that. So every other parent just like stands on the side and like is responsible and like watches their kid and like maybe talks to other parents or whatever. And meanwhile, I just pay the $30 or whatever it is to get my own jump socks. And I just play with the kids the whole time. And it's amazing. It's the best thing ever.
So I'll tell you the one time I've been to a trampoline park. My siblings are way younger than me. My sister's 15 years younger. My brother's 19 years younger. And like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe, I went home to visit family for a week. I was there for 1 week. The first full day that we were there, my siblings really wanted to go to a trampoline park. And I was like, yeah, that sounds super fun. So I went with them. And I had a great time with them. Yeah. And then I could not move.
Yep.
For the next 4 days. They're like, let's go do all these fun things together. And I was like, children, you have to understand that not a single one of you is even in your double digits. And I am significantly more than my double digits. And I no longer work out regularly. And I am in agony. They'd like grab my shoulder and I'd be like, oh God, this is how I die.
So, yeah, no, I hear you. But it's just like, it's so fun. And I don't know, I think it makes it a little bit easier to like make sure all the kids are involved, know? And anyway, so I was like, no, I'm going to be responsible and like help run the party or whatever. But I was like, I told Michael that I am going to be bringing the kids back just one weekend for me. And I'm going to jump my heart out then. And like, that's the price we're paying right now. For me to be responsible at this party, I will be bribed with other fun time.
I feel like that's totally fair.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
Like, you deserve a weekend at the trampoline park, frankly.
God, and like ours is fine. The one near us is fine, but it's like a little bit older and a little bit more run down. We went to a different one that's like an hour away, and it's got this like ball pit that's basically an American Ninja Warrior thing. And it is, I mean,
that's how the one I went with
there.
My siblings. I was like, oh my God, are we applying for American
I know.
Ninja Warrior?
I know.
They had the fighty things and like,
yes.
like
they had the thing
like,
where you like jump across, like they're slanted on the sides.
Yeah, there were like it was absurd. Like there were some that were you like bounced up onto it, like it was a whole obstacle course, and like I was getting owned by these children, all of these children, and I was like, I don't even they're climbing walls. I was like, are you even supposed to be climbing that wall? Is that a climbable wall? And turns out, yes, it was a climbable wall. And then of course, I'm actually afraid of heights, specifically heights that can hurt me. If I'm gonna die, not a problem. Doesn't bother me. But like, I don't want the recovery time for if something goes wrong.
Okay, so, I hear that.
So like skydiving, okay. Bungee jumping, never in a million fucking years will I ever do that. I might do that, but it would take maybe. I won't say in a million years, but But like or like walking on like tall walls. Nope, I don't like that, because if I fall and break my arm, I have to deal with that broken arm, and I'd rather just die. So I got up to the top of this stupid thing at the trampoline park. And it was just like, maybe my siblings convinced me to do it. And I was like, I don't know that that's a good idea, guys. Like, that's real high up there. And they're like, it's not that high. And I was like, I cannot believe that I'm being spoken to by somebody 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
Telling me that that's not that high. Because I'm looking up at this like skydive thing. It looks like a diving
I'm intimidated.
board. And I'm almost 6 foot. So I'm looking up at this thing like, that's very high. Meanwhile, these munchkins are like, that's not that high. And I was like, I'll freaking show you high, you little turd. And then, of course, because my siblings are saying this, another small crowd of small children.
Oh, no.
Now I have like 10 to 15 small children being like, it's not that high. You can do it. Just go up there. Face your fears. And I was like, God, I'm being like encouraged / bullied by a bunch of 8-year-olds. And like, they're peer pressuring me. Like, this is like, I didn't need to worry about peer pressure growing up for like drugs, but I do have to worry about peer pressure from 8-year-olds to jump off something that's a little higher than comfortable. So they convinced me to do it. And I walk up this stupid thing, and as I'm getting higher and higher, I'm like, I can feel my heart rate picking up, and I'm like, I don't know that I'm gonna be able to do this. So I get up and I can feel it. I'm like, I was like, where's my Klonopin? I need my pen. Where's my case of emergency medication? So I get up to the top of this thing, and I'm like, okay, I do it. I'm just not gonna look down. And I was like getting ready to jump, and they were like, you have to look so you could aim. And I was like, no. So I like looked, I like glanced down real quick, and it was immediate. I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I have to go back down the stairs. And this small child comes up behind me. And the small child says, it's okay. I've done it. It's fun. You can do it. I've already done it. And I'm like, what is it? Like, what must be going through this child's head? Like, I have already braved the fall of doom. This tall lady should be able to do, like, it's safe for her because it was safe.
This is a grown up.
This is a grown up. And they were just like, there's little gigantic baby eyes looking at me saying, you can do it. And I was like mesmerized by this child. And I was like, you're right, I can do it. And so I like walked, I feel like I got like hypnotized. I walked to the end of the thing, and then I jumped, and the minute my feet left the ledge, it was all gone. All of the reassurance from the small child was gone. And as I was falling through the air, I was like, what have I done? What have I done? And of course, then I hit, everything was fine, but like my siblings were like, let's do it again. And I was like, no, I will not be going on that again. So, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Peer pressured by a bunch of small children at a trampoline park. Who needs drugs when you have small children telling you to jump off high things?
You are taking your life in your hands, Sabrina. I get it.
They were taking my life in their hands. I don't trust 8-year-olds. Why would I trust an 8-year-old?
That's very true. Yeah. Around me, there's like this, I don't know, I guess it's like called a canopy obstacle something or other. It's basically like an obstacle course, or like a course that's all ropes,
but it's up
way
in
up
the
in the air.
I want to do one of those so bad, but I know that at some point I will hold on to something and I will not let go, because I've had that happen before. Oh my God. Okay, so now I have to tell you another story real quick that has to do with something like that. It was at church camp or some shit when I was like 13. I've always been like this, by the way. They had this thing where you climb up this fucking, like, it looks like a telephone pole using like things. So you climb up to the top, and there's this little platform at the top that's like 2 feet by 2 feet maybe. And then you're attached to a bunch of two bungee cords on either side of you. Okay. That go to some poles. Okay. And then there's a bar, like some fucking trapeze artist who's been working in Barnum and Bailey's for like their entire life. Not afraid of anything, where you're supposed to jump from this platform to grab onto that thing.
What? No.
I got peer pressure. It's so easy. It's so easy. I'm so impressionable. And they were like, you could do it. I get up to the top of this thing, and to stand up, you have to like stand up. And so I'm holding on to this thing, and I go to stand up, and then I realize, oh my God. I'm like, so in reality, I was probably maybe like 20 or 30 feet off the floor.
It's enough.
In my mind, it's like one of those movie scenes where it's like, it like goes longer. It goes super long. And of course, you're on this giant pole, so it's swaying. And
oh my God.
I grab onto this thing, and I freeze. And the people down at the bottom are like, okay, Sabrina, like, stand up.
You gotta
and I was like, I can't stand up. And they were like, you have to stand up. And I was like, I can't move. And they were yelling at each other. And they're like, you have to come down, Sabrina. I was like, I can't. This is where I live now. Where's my sleeping bag? And they're like, you literally cannot stay up there. Like, you have to come back down. And I was like, you do not understand. I cannot come back down. And they're like, okay, well, we'll help you stand up. Like, we'll take the slack off of the bungee cord and help you stand up. And I was like, you can't do that. And they were like, you have to. So they start like pulling on it, and I won't let go. And so like, the harness around my middle is like, I look like an angry cat with my back arched because they're trying to pull me off of this platform in the sky. They're trying to pull me off with the bungee cords, and I won't let go. Like, now I am fully
committed.
Koala'd onto this thing. Like, I have laid down against it. My arms are completely around it. My legs are like around the corner, and they're like, now they're not just trying to pull and help me up. They're like yanking on me. And every time they do that, it sways more. No. And so I'm just like, now I'm screaming. They're screaming. We're all screaming. The children have left the lake to come watch me on this. So they're all like, it's okay, Sabrina. And of course, like it's a church camp, so everyone's like, I'm praying for you. And I'm like, that's not gonna help me right now. Like, that doesn't help me. So they're like yanking me. And then they finally, all I know is 1 second I am attached to thing holding on for my life.
Maybe the Holy Spirit really came over you.
Maybe it did. Like, came over and pried my fingers out of the wood. They yank, and I go popping off. And because it's a bungee cord, there was like
bounce.
Not just bounce, like I flew into the air because of the
because of the tension.
Yeah, because they're pulling on it so hard. Like, they're them against me. And apparently I don't value my life because I was hanging on for my life. And my life is apparently not worth much to me or worth much strength. So they yank me off. I go flying, and I'm like, boing, yoing, like up and down and up and down. And I'm screaming.
Obviously.
Screaming. And then I'm like, they slowly let me down, and I end up on the ground, just like held into a ball, screaming still. And they're like, you're fine, you're on the ground. And I was like, and then, like, I ended up screaming so hard I had to go to the medical office for like throat soothing.
Oh my God. That is ridiculous.
Yeah. Anyway,
I love it.
That was a total tangent, but it just made like it's just, I don't do heights, and like it's always small children that are like, you can do the thing, and I'm like, I have experience that I cannot do the thing.
My history tells me that I actually should not. Thank you. Thank you for your.
It, though.
I mean, it's so.
After I'm done, I'm like, wow, that was so much fun. Never want to do it again, but I'm glad I did it. Like, you're glad you did that? You were in agony. It's fine.
Oh my God. So we're in chapter 14, right?
My God, I cannot believe we're only in How did we turn this book into 3 episodes?
Listen, it's jam-packed, and so are we.
Girl,
okay?
I reread the last 3 or 4 chapters this evening, and like,
There's enough details to fit into 7.
My God, there's so much. It's it's less than 100 pages that we have left to go. And we're about to make this a whole last episode. So chapter 14.
So what happens at first? I listened to it again today, but now I can't remember.
I don't remember. So so the last thing that we had from last episode was our creepy little italics murderer being like, I'll not finish the kill until... Oh, so we're like smack at the beginning of 14. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're right at the beginning of 14.
By the way, I was thinking about this because we haven't commented on this once this time around. So we know that there's creepy murder and all of these things, and like Alec is protecting her this whole time. We have not mentioned that Fishbowl Jamie is fully on a like mystery machine search him out. What's the word I'm looking for? Investigation.
Oh, yeah, she's doing an investigation.
Search him out.
She's doing a big search him out.
She's like
to find her
asking
answers.
all the people. She's like, do you know about Helena? Why was Helena set? Like, blah, blah, blah. Did you notice?
Yeah.
And so, like, that's something of note. Jamie's digging into this shit as best as she can with her sweet little...
With her fishbowl brain.
Yeah.
Yep. No,
Sometimes she would ask a question. I was like, darling.
Yeah.
And that's all I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's nothing beyond darling.
Yeah.
So we start off with Alec being like, okay, I need to go talk to Angus. So if you don't remember, Angus is the dude who everyone was like, he's dead. And she's like, he's not dead. And they're like, oh, well, he'll be dead in 2 days. So he's recovering, right? So Alec decides to go visit Angus and get like the lay of the land. Because Angus is his like one of his little besties. And so he needs some advice. And of course, Angus is older and more experienced. And it's
he's
like,
3
Angus
summers
is
older.
3 summers older, sir. By the way, like, how old? Do we know how old?
No
Alec
idea.
is? Okay.
No,
Okay.
I imagine he's 27.
That's so specific.
Yeah, I don't know. It just popped into my brain.
That works, because I know that we've decided that Jamie's like 19-ish, 18 or 19.
She's 19 at the maximum. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's already been the attempted murder on her. That's what happened at the very end of last episode. You're totally right.
With the fire.
So, yeah. So he goes to see Angus because he has taken that nap and he's feeling very refreshed and renewed.
And nobody will stop giving him shit about the fact that he took a nap.
Especially
because Jamie comes out and he went to take a nap because she needed a nap, but he ends up falling asleep and she's like, I'll leave him here. And so she gets up and leaves while he's napping. And then she comes out, she's like, please don't disturb him. He needs his rest. And Gavin's just like, I'm sorry. Pardon?
So she decides that she's going to go like clean out the top room because she's sick of sleeping in that blanket fort in the Great Hall.
Fair.
Yeah, right? That just seems reasonable. And he goes to see Angus because he wants to make sure his ideas about increased security are on point and like figure out what to do and see if they can find them this murderer.
Yeah, because he wants to set a trap.
Absolutely.
He's decided they are setting a trap for this little mousy.
Mm-hmm. So he does that. He chats with Angus. Angus is like a big mad because Stitches or, he can't have wine or whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, because Elizabeth goes to get Alec a glass of wine. Yeah. And then Angus is like, can I have wine? And she's like, absolutely not. The mistress of the manor has said no wine for you, which I repeat, I feel like wine is the safer choice.
Ugh, you don't know what you don't know, though,
Yeah. But any hoodles. So anyway, like he won't get it. And then like finally she leaves and Angus is like, give me some of your wine. And so Alec...
Because she takes the bottle.
She takes the bottle.
Alec is like, she knows you really well.
Oh my God. Can I just say that like Elizabeth and Angus...
They're so sweet. They're so sweet.
I love them.
I love them. Yeah. So when he comes back, he sees her because she's leaning out the window, thinking, like looking at 2 soldiers that he's posted below her window to like make sure she's safe. And he can see that she's like listening in on what they're saying.
And they're speaking in Gaelic.
Yeah. So he realizes that she understands this whole necrophilia joke that she should not understand, because they're speaking Gaelic, and he's like, that wily minx. Like, he actually loves it. He's like, this is hilarious. I told all my men to like get better at English so that she would like settle in better. And this bitch has just been listening to us talk the whole time. He thinks it's great. And then he decides that turnabout's fair play, and he's going to start fucking with her in Gaelic, knowing that she can't say anything about it.
Because both of their love languages is baiting.
Oh, absolutely.
And giving each other shit.
Good point.
Words of fuckery is their love language.
It's true.
Although I will say, like, this is such a small detail, but it brought me so much joy because she's listening to this weird fucked up joke this whole time, right? And she's just like along for the ride, and then they finish it, and the punchline is basically about English women being fish and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And she's like,
oh, that's what the joke is. Oh, that makes sense. Yep. Oh. I don't think I got the joke until just now.
The joke is that English women don't react in bed.
They lay there and think of the queen or whatever.
And they don't react. There's no reaction in bed, and so like you wouldn't notice the difference between an English woman and just
Oh no.
Oh, Melody.
Oh. Wow.
But, so I adore you.
Golly.
So she hears that punchline though, and she's like,
big mad.
Absolutely not. She goes back into that room, and Alec is watching this whole thing. She comes back out with a fucking giant bucket of soapy water because she's been cleaning that room, and she just like dumps it out onto them. They start like cursing and freaking out, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, boys.
I didn't see you there.
I didn't see you there. And Alex was like, I love this one.
And they're like, oh, mistress, I'm so sorry. We didn't know it was you. You can dump water on us anytime. Anytime you can.
And meanwhile, and then like, so Alec goes up and starts baiting her because of course that's what they do. And then this part just made me so, if somebody did this to me IRL, I would freaking kick them in the balls so fast. But they're so cute. I love them together. And Alec looked forward to the insults he planned to hurl at her.
Yeah.
She was such a little temptress when she was riled. And he was just the man to rile her. Oh, I love it.
It's really good. It's really good.
Oh, man.
So he goes in, and like all her shit is there.
Everywhere. Her shit has arrived.
Yeah.
It is Hoarder
It's
Central.
like 4 pack horses of, sky-high luggage has arrived. Including, but not limited to, this newfangled, ridiculous thing that is a chair with bent wood on the bottom. And she's like, I know, it's not gonna become a trend or whatever. And that's like sort of the through joke about this rocking chair, because everybody thinks that it's like
what
the silliest thing they've ever seen. Yeah. So that, and there is a tapestry that she wants to hang over a mantle.
Her sisters made it for her birthday.
That's the one. Yeah. And so she's like, Gavin, go hang this up. Do not look at it though, because I want us to all experience its glory together here on the ground. So Gavin goes and hangs it above the mantle, and they're like, what the fuck is that? And she's like, it's our dear Henry the Conqueror. Isn't that beautiful?
William.
And they're like, what? Oh, William, whatever. And he's like, well, what's on his head? And she's like, oh, that's a halo.
He hasn't been sainted yet, but like,
it's on the way.
It's already
It's in the
happening.
works. Absolutely.
And this was her birthday present.
Yeah.
Are you gonna? Yep. Would you like a tapestry of President Biden with a halo on his head?
No, but if you were to get me, I don't know, Betty White or Lizzo or, you want to put a halo on them and cross stitch them up, I would take that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
think that, maybe it's because I don't live in 1100 or hell, this would actually have been a great gift probably all the way up through like 1900 or 1950.
That's fair.
Or some shit like that. But like if you tried to give me any world leader with a halo on their head, I would look at you and I'd be like,
yeah, we're not doing that.
No, thank you. But yeah, so it goes up there and Alec is like, that shit's coming right back down, babe. Like that is not staying there. And then
she's offended.
Oh yeah, she's pissed. She's like, absolutely
Father
not.
Murdoch comes to the rescue.
He's like, well, what if we put a fine tapestry of King Edgar the
Yeah.
Scottish king up there. We'll have
Yeah.
both of them. And Alec is like, fine, if it's bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then meanwhile, she's like, I'm going to make it smaller.
I'm going to make it smaller. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe I'll just make it the exact same size, but he doesn't get a halo.
No halo.
That's the final answer.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's really cute because Father Murdoch does this whole like beer metaphor where he's like, what do you get where you mix water with beer, Alec? And he's like, fucking watered down ale, like piss water or whatever. And he's like, yeah. And you can't like take it out of the mix, right? And he's like, yeah. And so, English, Scottish, we're putting our traditions and our lives together or whatever.
Muddle 'em.
And it should be the same thing. So the tapestries go side by side. And then Alec's like, okay, fine. But that comes down until the tapestry for Edgar is ready. So maybe you should get on that. Get somebody to start. Because otherwise it's never going back up.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
And this is, of course, so we mentioned this in the first episode about the rocking chair and like all the sadness about how the 4 daughters would sit on his lap, but she didn't get to, and all of these things. So this is where he finds out about it. And then one of the lines, like when I tell you this straight up shot me in the heart, and like I had to write down in a therapy journal because I was like, I'm gonna have to talk about this, was Jamie had confused love with need. He thought that perhaps in her mind, she really didn't know the difference. And like, I teared up a little bit. That gave me a lot of feelings. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then
That's one of my stress responses, it doesn't matter what's happening. If anybody is mad at me, but mostly people that I live with, I immediately start cleaning. And it's because that was my coping mechanism growing up. I was just like, oh, can I hear my mom's car coming down the driveway? What do I need to clean? Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Is she mad at me? What can I tidy up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then we continue on after all of this. And this is when I had mental whiplash because I have timeline things in my brain this whole time. And I've been like, how, like, what? I guess this must have been over a couple of, like, but how would that work? And I was like trying to like rationalize it in my head. And then, quote, you've had quite a day, Jamie, Gavin remarked. First, you battle a fire and then you battle a determined woman. Because she's also had a talk with Edith today.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then Jamie's response was, I was like, damn, that both of those things happened today? And then I was like, but wait. And then she took care of it because she said, actually, I battled a fat boar, then Alec, then the fire, and last Edith. And that's when my brain just like shut down for a solid like 5 minutes. I was like, how in the fuck?
And there were 2 sexings in the midst of those.
Yes. 2. One against a tree. This is tree sex scene because that happens when the boar thing happens. And then there's bed sex scene, which leaves just Alec plumb tuckered out.
As he should be.
We have nap time Alec. And
she's also cleaned out an entire dusty room by this point. Like, it's not even 1 p.m. And all of this has happened because with Edith, we'll just like break it down really quickly. Basically, Edith has been a big old bitch to her every single time she comes into the room, including but not limited to when she comes in from cleaning, the room or whatever. Edith is like, what, did you fall into a bucket of sudsy water? And Marcus, her brother, is like, you will not talk to the Laird's wife like that. And Edith's like, you can suck my nuts, basically. And so then Jamie's like, nope, we're going to have it out. We're going to make this be done. And so she's like, she has Annie leave because she doesn't want the poor child to like deal with the stress of their, conflict. And she goes in on Edith. She whispers in Marcus's ear, basically like, no matter what I say, go along with me. And then she turns to Edith and she's like, what is your problem with me? You're gonna tell me. And like, I'm the Laird's wife. I am the mistress of this house. I can change whatever I want. And if you're not going to get on board with that, I can have you leave. I can turn you into an exile with 1 sentence. And Edith is like, no, you can't. Marcus would never allow that. And she's like, yeah, he absolutely would. And Marcus just sort of like stands there nodding. And then Edith is like, she's like, so like, tell me, what is it about me that you hate so much? And Edith's like, you're trying to replace Helena and you took her thing out of the, and she goes to like hit Jamie, and Jamie grabs her hand and twists it so that Edith goes down onto her knees. And then Edith just like cries into Jamie's stomach.
Sobbing.
And she's like, oh my God, I almost hit you. I'm so sorry. Like, she's horrified with herself. Both the men have come up to be like, protect Jamie's body. And now she's just like, get away, get away. And she's stroking Edith's hair and being like, I'm so sorry I had to lie to you. That whole time, you're a really important member of this clan. I would never send you away. Your brother would never want to live without you. Like, I'm not trying to replace Helena. I might be Jamie's wife, but I want to make sure that Helena has a place and a memory here. And Edith's like, he never talks about her. She's like, it's painful for him. And then Edith mentions that Helena had a daughter.
Yeah, a daughter. Like this is an existing
like an
daughter.
Teensy one.
She was waiting to go get the baby until Alec came back from war because they were going to go get her together. But she died before he came back from war.
And so the baby had been living with the grandmother for most of its life. But then I guess like 3 months ago.
Grandma died.
The grandmother died and she got sent to like distant fucking relations.
Yeah.
So Jamie is like, I mean like blow her top mad. She actually like stumbles and has to sit down because like all the blood either rushes into or out of her head. Uh-huh. And she's fucking mad because she's like, if that baby exists, then that is Alec's daughter.
And now my baby. Baby.
That's my baby. Absolutely.
Well, she has decided that she gonna go get that baby.
She's gonna go get that baby. That's right. So she's like, Marcus, how long would it take to get there? And he's like, well, it's a 3-hour ride. And this is where I start going, it's probably
timelines don't make sense. But like, it's gotta be earlier because like a 3-hour ride there means a 3-hour ride back. So like, it's probably actually like 11 a.m. Like,
no, it couldn't be. No, because everybody's had their nooning meal. She got attacked when everybody else was at their nooning meal. And I don't know if it's different in Scotland time.
It's like winter time. Doesn't that mean it gets dark early? Like they're going to be leaving at 1?
It's not winter time.
It's starting to get cold or it's stopping being cold. It's like spring or fall. So like
fair enough.
I don't live in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
you're not a Highlander?
But I'm sure that, oh God, I wish. But like, oh God, every day I've been reading this modern Highlander series lately. It's so fucking good. Incredible. It's by Jolie Vines.
Uh-huh.
Fucking awesome. Hard recommend. And all I can think, like, I'm just like, is this like, I go to England next month for 2 weeks and we're going to Ireland and Scotland, and I was like, this it? Is this when I meet the love of my life and move to Scotland and live in the Scottish Highlands for the rest of my life?
Oh my God, it could happen. It could happen. You could eat meat pies forever, Sabrina.
Oh, man.
Do you like meat pies?
I do like a meat pie. I also like a veggie pie.
I mean, same here. Yeah.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada?
Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
If you love podcasts, you already know how to fit great stories into your busy day. So why not do the same thing with books? Everand is an affordable audiobook and ebook subscription that goes wherever you go. Your commute, your workout, your grocery run. No rearranging your schedule, no carving out reading time. Just hit play. For a limited time, new members get 2 free books when they start a free trial. Go to everand.com/listen to claim yours. That's EVERAND.com/listen.
But anyway, yeah. So Wow, I completely derailed myself because I was like,
me
God,
too.
give me a Highlander.
No,
please."
but you're right, because if it's like, say it's noon 30, then she's not getting home until like 7:30 at the earliest.
There's no way that it is not going to be dark by 5 or 5
it is dark when she gets home. That's what what isn't it dark? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
So
Anyway,
so she's like,
Marcus,
we're going. How do we get there?
my
Will you
horse.
take me? So
Yeah.
she and Marcus and Gavin are on their little ponies and they start going down, and Alec is hanging out with his warriors and they're doing some training practice, right?
Yeah.
She's riding bareback, by the way, and
Yep.
she's coming down the hill and Alec turns around, like everyone's staring up the hill, and so he turns around to see what it is, and
he says he has no idea what they're looking at, but he can guarantee that Jamie is behind it. Like Jamie has done whatever it is. He's right.
He is. But then he turns around and he's like, fucking boner town.
He's
Look
like,
at
hey,
that
girl.
horsemanship. Like, boy, yo, yoing. Oh.
I mean, and like, would also do it for me.
Fair.
Hair blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
She guides Wildfire to turn just by using her knees. I'm sorry. That's hot.
It is.
It's great stuff. So then she comes up and he's like, wife, what do you think you're doing? She's got
I'm going
arrow.
hunting.
Yeah. She's got a bow and arrow on her back and a quiverness. And he's like, oh yeah, you're going hunting with like a bow. She's like, yeah, I'm really good at it. And he's like, oh, sure. Wink, wink, nudge. She's like, no,
fuck you.
Let me show you.
Hit that target.
Yeah.
And so she does. And then
she does. Well, no,
But,
because Wildfire, this asshole, keeps on moving her head right in front of Jamie's aim. And so Jamie tosses her shoes off and then stands up on Wildfire's back and then makes the shot. And he's like at her side when she sits back down. And he's like, do not ever do that again. She's like, what? What are you talking about? He's like, do not ever stand on your horse. You're taking your life in your hands. And she's like, Alec, I'm used to just like galloping through the field, standing on my horse whenever the mood strikes me.
And he's like,
you
not
will
anymore,
not.
you're not.
Oh my God.
And then
So
like,
anyway,
of course, of course, oh wait, the kiss happens before he learns about the target.
Yeah.
Because that was,
he's like, you forgot something. She's like, oh, I'll give you a kiss on the brow. Mwah.
so she kisses him on the brow, and then he's like, I meant you forgot your saddle. And then they're like, oh, she's like, well, I'm used to, like I said, I'm used to riding bareback and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. And then he like pulls her down and he's like, you'll never kiss me like that again. And she's thinks,
like, oh no, he hates public displays of affection.
And then he full on like noms the shit out of her face, pulls her off the horse, like just like this intense, incredible crazy. Everyone's like around, like they're like, yeah, whooping and hollering and like all
it is
that.
some raucous tonsil hockey. Okay.
Yeah.
Woo. And then one of the guys is like, you missed the target. And she's like, no, I absolutely did not. My arrow will be in the middle. Go look. And the guy's like, whoa, she did it.
And so then it gets even more raucous. And like, and then of course
God.
Alec is like, okay, fine, you can go hunting, but you have to take 10 more people.
Yeah.
And
so they take 10 more soldiers. And then she's like, okay, I'm not going to come back empty handed. And he's like, cool sauce.
Uh-huh. And then of course, God bless Jamie. She goes gallivanting off and Marcus runs right up next to her and grabs the reins and he's like, and she just looks at him and she's like, oh no, again. And he just turns her around.
And they do a big old U-turn.
And they run off again because Jamie could not find her way out of a room with a single door in it.
Nope. Nope. She could not. Yeah, so then Alec is really worried because this was a very late hour to take a 6-hour round trip walkabout, you know? And I'm sure they had to spend time like talking about whether or not she could take the baby. So yeah, he's worried and he's like, I don't know what's happening. Like I'm trying to like keep it together here. And like Gavin and Marcus and all the men would never put her in any danger or whatever. And then he turns around and she's standing at the top of the steps. And he's like, oh, thank goodness. But her skirts are doing a swish and a sway. Her skirts are doing a little
dusty
rustle.
little face pokes out the side of her skirt.
Oh, no. And she's like, okay, Mary Kathleen, it's time to go meet your papa. And like tries to take the kid, who's like 3 at this point, over to Alec. And the kid's like scared, and I don't blame her. And meanwhile, Alec's thinking to himself, I mean, she's wearing a Kincaid plaid, so that means she belongs to somebody here. And she's like, oh, this is your daughter. And he's like, my what now? Like, no.
And then she tells him all about it. She tells him about how, like, this child was Helena's child, and they just hadn't gone to get it and stuff like that. And then, like, boy howdy, Papa Alec comes down to play.
He steps up to the plate.
He does. And she's all worried. Jamie's all worried that he's gonna be like, abso-fucking-lutely not, get that child out of here. And I mean, he does not.
You'd think she would talk to him about it first, so that she doesn't traumatize the child with his rejection.
What? Have you met Jamie?
She does not do that.
Melody?
I know.
Never in a million years would she ask and clear this with him first.
I know.
She's like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah, and
it is fine.
He doesn't. He doesn't traumatize the child with rejection. And so she's like, yeah, we got there. I was just gonna go visit. I was just visiting,
just to get the plan,
but then
lay of the land, see how the child's doing.
Just
except for fucking grandma, who kid or auntie or whoever they're living with, kid that Mary Kathleen is living with,
doing a big abuse on her.
Fuck that asshole. Yeah, and so like. Jamie wasn't having none of it. She was like, absolutely not. She takes the plaid that the child is wearing and throws it on the ground, which is like a big old thing. So like Marcus spits on it. So let's just we're at 2 wars for today alone.
This is the third one.
We're gonna add a third. Or I guess the wars were from yesterday, but for the week.
Doesn't matter.
And so like we're just gonna add another one because that's like the biggest number one, like bananas. I bite my thumb at you. Thing to do in 1100s Scotland. Like, you do not put that plaid on that ground. And then, so they straight up kidnap this child.
They do. Well, and she's like, we have both been derelict in our duties toward this child because she's our baby. And yet, like, you sent her off to grandma. Did you know that grandma died? And she's been with distant relations who I'm ashamed to say are English and only want your like monthly stipend or whatever it is that you're giving them. And she was getting mistreated terribly. And so she's like, once I saw some bruises on her when I changed her plaid, that's when I decided that she was going to come live with us. And he was like, Jamie, that's absolutely not true. You did say you were not going to come back empty-handed. You were going to bring this kid back the whole time. And she's like, you know what? Fine. You're not wrong. And I don't know. It's great though, because this is exactly what Jamie thinks her dad / stepdad did for her, except she's going to do it right for Mary Kathleen. And it's really beautiful. And then, of course, Edith comes out and Edith's like, oh, my God. And Alec is like, this kid stinks and we need to fix that.
You need to go wash that baby.
Yeah, go wash that baby.
Smelly baby.
That's a dusty baby.
There ends up being like literally every woman we have met in the entire book up until now is now in the Great Hall and they are all giving this baby a bath. Yeah, every single one of them. They all just come out of nowhere and they're like, we're bathing this baby. So, of course, they do in the blanket fort because blanket fort also has bathtub. And so you can hear them on the other side, like cleaning and washing. And this just made me laugh because so Alex starts talking to his peeps and he's talking and Jamie's like, you know, I can hear you. And he's like, you shouldn't be listening because you should be paying attention to baby. This is not your business. And she's like, what the fuck? And it just had me amused the entire time.
Yeah, it was really cute. And Edith says like, oh, she's such a beautiful child. And Jamie says, we have to tell her that every day. She could never feel like an outsider. And I was just like, oh, Jamie, I'm so sorry.
I know.
So, yeah. So
then they come out of the bath and like there's like it's time to like settle down for dinner, and this had me absolutely just rolling because she gives the baby, she gives Mary Kathleen to Alec and is like, go hang out with baby. And so they go sit on the rocking chair, and then he starts telling her a story, and like Gavin and Marcus are sitting there.
Bedtime story can I come up with?
And so, Jamie's just meandering about the Great Hall doing things. She's upstairs getting the second bedroom ready because I don't remember if we mentioned this, but she has decided that they will no longer be sleeping in the Great Hall. They are having that bedroom. That's why she is moving all of the stuff out.
And now she wants Mary Kathleen in the bedroom next to
right
them so that she can hear her.
Exactly.
And she's taking the stitches out of Angus is the other thing she's doing.
That too. Yeah. Angus is going to be real happy he can have wine again soon. So then she comes back out and everybody is enthralled. Elizabeth is standing next to them listening to the story, but she looks a little bit more concerned than everybody else. And then as
she's thinking to herself, oh my gosh, this man, he's such a dreamboat. I knew he would be such a good father. And then she gets close enough. And what happens, Sabrina?
She gets close enough. And Alex telling like a brutal story about war. When she comes
battle
up,
that he won.
Yeah. She comes up and he's like, and Alex is like, and then we chopped off his arm. And then Jamie's like, what are you doing? And she like grabs that baby up. And by the way, Alec and Mary Kathleen are sitting in the rocking chair, and that gave me a lot of feels. But she like grabs that baby up. She's like, you're gonna give this baby nightmares. What are you doing? And so she does take that baby, and she does go off, and she's like, it's bedtime.
No, not yet. Yeah, because he says like, okay, she says, all right, go say goodnight to your papa. And Mary Kathleen goes over and like, sort of like gives him a little snuggle or whatever. And he says, all right, good night, Mary Kathleen. I will finish your story tomorrow. You go get in your bed. And then Mary Kathleen gets down and toddles over to the front of the fireplace and lays down on the floor in front of the fireplace. And they realize that's where she thinks she's supposed to sleep.
I forgot about my brain may have purposefully blocked that.
I know.
Because it's
so sad. I know. And so she goes over and picks her up and she's like, I think that's where she thought she was supposed to sleep. And then she says, you know what, though? I'm really happy because it's clear that her grandmother, for the first, most of her life, loved her and was really, really good to her. And Alec is like, why do you think that? And she says, well, because she's got such a good temperament. And, so it's clear that like the abuse started very, very recently. And it might not cause like, permanent trauma. Whereas
how that is a very progressive mindset about also like, I'm not gonna lie, it did click for like in general, her approach to all of this is like just kind of shocking. It took me out for a hot second. I was like, we're just gonna accept it and hop right back in. But like, even when she was like, I can't believe that this woman used a switch on this baby's legs. And it's like, probably people in your manor are also using switches on baby legs like that.
Yeah.
That just seems like up until real recently.
Really recently. I was just talking to a neighbor who went to school in the UK, and he was like, yeah, no, they would beat the shit out of us, basically.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know, 40, maybe.
People my age, I have lived in the South for 10 years now. And so like, I didn't know this this was a thing I dealt with growing up. But like people my age are like, oh yeah, I used to have to go in the yard and find a stick. And I was like,
shit, bro.
What? You're 30.
Oh no.
Like you had to, I don't know how to feel about that. And they're like, it was just how it was. And I was like, okay, well,
okay.
I'm going to do a full Jamie Kincaid. If I ever find out you're telling your kids to go find a stick in the backyard, I will be coming and stealing that baby.
I will abscond with that child. Yes.
I will.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
If you love podcasts, you already know how to fit great stories into your busy day. So why not do the same thing with books? Everand is an affordable audiobook and ebook subscription that goes wherever you go. Your commute, your workout, your grocery run. No rearranging your schedule, no carving out reading time. Just hit play. For a limited time, new members get 2 free books when they start a free trial. Go to everand.com/listen to claim yours. That's everand.com/listen.
Yeah, so then she takes her to bed and Alex starts doing a noodle because meanwhile, the whole rest of the day, he's been going around to the rest of Helena's like family members that remember her. And he's been asking about Helena and like what she was like and what was going on with her, because he didn't really get to spend very much time with her after they were married, because A, they were married a very short time, and B, he was like off gallivanting for the king or something during that time. So he just sort of assumed that everybody was right about her being totally miserable. But now it seems like other people's recollections don't line up with that at all. And
Not at all. Like,
he
we
does find out. Yeah, we find out that one of the reasons that Annie came to live with Helena when Helena married Alec, because remember, first Annie was betrothed to Alec, but then her developmental delays they seemed a bit more restrictive than the king or anybody else wanted.
And on top of that, the king wanted Helena, because she was with child, to go to a good home.
Yeah.
Which that's a weird way to state.
So no, it's true. The king did rehome Helena with Alec. Because that's how women were treated.
Yep. All right, puppy, come here.
Yep.
This is your
And
new home.
Annie went with her because it turns out that like
their family was
Helena
awful.
Yeah, Helena and Annie's family were abusing them as well. And so Alec is like, yeah, I don't think, because everybody's worried that it's not only going to start a war, like stealing Mary Kathleen is not only going to start a war with the dad's family, but also with Helena's side of the family. And Alec's like, nobody needs to worry about that because they don't care about children, period, the end. And so then he starts noodling and he's like, it's interesting to think that like kids who are mistreated from birth to whenever can maybe like, what does Jamie say? Like a rot starts in their soul or something? What? You didn't put that together?
How did I?
Sabrina! Oh my God, that's so funny.
Oh my God, Melody. How did I not?
Listen, I didn't get the necrophilia joke, so
I reread these chapters today.
Ooh. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, that
did I just open vistas in your mind?
My God. Remember, in the way back machine on Wednesday or Thursday, whatever the fuck we first recorded.
Yeah. A fortnight ago.
Forever ago. We've been in this world for a while. How I said that I
didn't see
no
it coming.
idea who the murderer was. Well, after talking about this book so extensively, I feel like I should have an honorary master's at this point. And you should too. After this extensive discussion and you pointing out certain things, I'm sitting here going, I would make a terrible detective because none of these things, even so much as like, these are so obvious too. Now that you have pointed them out, like I feel like these are Blue's Clues level obvious. hints as to who the murderer was. And we get to the very end and they're like, say the murderer's name, and they say it. And I was like, what? That's who the murderer was? Wow. I had no idea. Wow.
I'm too wheezy for you to be this funny. Oh, shit.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was one of the signposts.
I would get lost on this hike.
You're basically Jamie with this.
I am
with this sense of direction.
Oh my god, I'm Jamie. I am Jamie, and the murderer is the bathroom. Like my god.
Oh shit.
Fuck. Oh god. Okay.
Oh my god. Okay. Ooh. So now Alec is like, And then Angus is about to leave, and they're like, "Are we cool with the plans? We're cool with that." And Angus is like, "Yeah, totes. But I'm gonna go home with my wife." And then Gavin and Marcus are both like, "Well, I'm sorry. You told him a plan, but we don't know plan." They're so upset about it.
They're so cute. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "How dare? I thought
we were in her circle."
Yeah.
Like, I thought Circle of Trust was here. And he's like, "You've been with my wife all day. I haven't had time to tell you. So, like, I'm going to tell you the plan now. We're setting a trap tomorrow." And they're like, you know who it is?" And then he's like, "I think so." And so they're going to set a trap. Meanwhile, Jamie has also just found out, I'm so sorry, listener, that tomorrow King Edgar is randomly showing up. And I feel like everybody must have known this for at least 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, why wasn't Jamie told at all about this? But King Edgar is showing up tomorrow.
Well, because like
So
they don't, as far as they're concerned, she doesn't have to do anything for it. But she has always been, like
That's
I
true.
mean, needed is loved, and so like she's
Yeah.
always been the one to like prepare the house and things like that, and all of those things. Which like, what the fuck are you gonna prepare? The Great Hall bed? What?
Yeah.
Like, what do you have to do to
you-
prepare
are
for
you-
King Edgar?
are you
Make sure
putting
you
a
hid
cot-
King William? Like,
Yeah. Are you putting a cot in the blanket for her? Is that what's happening for King Edgar? I don't know.
no, he just gets some extra blankies and he just gets to snuggle up with them. But no,
Ooh,
like,
family bed.
but like, what? That's why I'm not shocked they didn't tell her, because as far as they're concerned, she doesn't have to do anything for it.
That's true.
He's just gonna
That's
get
true.
there. She doesn't have to prepare, but she's like, what
Mad.
the fuck?
She's big mad. Yeah. So she's
Which,
also like,
fair.
"Oh no,
I don't need the king to come to my house. I have too many seltzer
no.
cans sitting on my kitchen counter right now.
I do not want
You're not
the king or
welcome.
anybody. No.
So like, I
no.
understand Jamie's fuss about this,
Absolutely.
but also like, I can see where they were coming from.
And it's magnified because she still hasn't, like, her being in Scotland is so new that she hasn't yet parsed her feelings on, like, the Scottish and English continued conflict and whether or not she has to be loyal to the Scottish king or if she can stay loyal to the English king or if she can be loyal to both or, like, all this, medieval bullshit. And so they tell her, "Oh no, Henry and Edgar, they have sleepovers. They love each other so much. They're pen paling constantly," which is all not true. And she's like, "Oh, good. Oh, I was worried. But like now I know it's no problem. I'll just be loyal to everybody."
But like, it was so funny because she's like, "I've heard that he's horrible." And they're like,
Yeah.
"What stories have you heard?" And she's like,
Yeah.
"I heard that he had somebody come into his thing and then he blinded him, stabbed him right in the eyes, blah, blah, blah," and like saying all these things. And they're like, "Oh."
And there's like a
well.
silence. And
And
they're
they're
like,
like, "Well, that did happen.
That
is a
one's
thing
true.
that happened."
Yeah.
And she's
but
just
what
like,
makes him so good is that he didn't
He's
kill
better
the
than-
challenger.
And on top of that, he's kinder than the English king. And she's like, "Oh, that's like awful.
How dare you say that about the English king?
King. And they're like, no. We're complimenting the English king.
Yeah.
Edgar's soft.
Oh my God. Oh, it's so medieval. Okay. So now it's the next day. And she's like,
no, it is.
oh, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, tell me
I
everything.
have to talk about this because it gave me so many.
You're right. What is
Because
my problem?
It is bedtime. She goes to bed early and she goes and lays down and she's like sleepy times. And Alec is staying down to like discuss things because, as we have said, there is a plot for the next day. And so they're all doing the chatty chat. And then he comes up to bed, and then we do have a pretty good it's on TM time.
Yeah.
So he wakes her up with a little bit of licky lick and nibbly nibbly and like touchy touch, and like it was a good one. So
it's great stuff.
Afterwards, they're all snuggled up, and so if you remember, Alec,
he's gonna fuck with her in Gaelic.
Yeah, because she doesn't think he knows that he speaks. So in Gaelic,
and he's decided to profess his feelings today.
So he's laying in bed with her, and he says, "I know you don't understand what I'm saying to you, Jamie, but I've need to tell you in my own language. I love you, lass, with all my being." He felt her stiffen against him during his recitation. I love you because you're so gentle and loving, caring too. You have a heart of gold, lass. She all but melted against him then. But most of all, Jamie, I love you because you're such a truthful woman. He added when she stiffened against him again. I could never love a woman who'd try to deceive me, but I have complete faith in you. And then in her language, he says good night. And she's like, what did you just say? And he was like, good night. And she's like, no. Before that? What did he say before that? And he's like, oh, it's nothing important.
Yeah. And she's like, did you mean it? Did you mean what you said in that other language that's not important? And he's like, of course, go to bed. Of course I meant it. Go to bed.
Yeah. And just, oh God. And then they do another bone town after that because like they they're so horny for each other.
They're such horn dogs. And then we have to do, so then she decides that she's going to surprise him the next day by making her pledge to King Edgar in Gaelic and then professing her love to him in Gaelic.
And wearing the plaid for the first time.
Finally wearing the plaid. That's right. We do have to do a quick detour because it is parent times. And in the middle of the night, the door opens and a teeny tiny little toddle comes over, goes over to Jamie's side. And he's like, hey, don't bother mom. Come here. What can I do? And she's terrified. She's crying. She's terrified. God, this happened a couple of weeks ago with Valor where like I was just like, what's going on, bud? And she goes, I'm wet. I peed. And I was like, it's okay. Like, baby. It's okay. I will never be mad at you for that. Don't worry about it. And I was like, did you think I was going to be mad? And she goes, And I said, have I ever been mad at you before for that? And she goes, I was like, yeah, I will never be mad at you. Anyway, sorry. I was like sort of traumatizing as a parent to be like, am I that terrifying? What did I do? Yeah. What gave off this signal? Anyway, so he says he pulls off her little tiny nightdress and he goes, now you're not. And it's okay. And then he picks her up and he takes her to like the door and he's like, please get her dressed and put her to bed. And Jamie's about to be like, hey, it should be the dad who puts her to bed. But he's cock out. You know,
full cock
he's
out. He's like, I don't need to be walking around.
No, like Edith is in there. Edith is sleeping next to baby.
I did have the thought. Logistics. These are the logics, the specifics, the details that my brain was like, that straw mattress is so true. Is that baby? Are they putting that baby back on that bed? How is Edith not? That baby?
How are we handling that? Good idea.
We're
Good
not.
call.
We're not going to think about it. I noted it, and I did have a moment of like,
Well, and it's bananas too. Like now that you put that in my brain that like they're very modern about certain things, you're right, because we found out in that Jude Devereaux book that like this was still the time when they were hanging babies on walls or whatever with like the piss hole between its legs.
I forgot about that.
I know. Yeah, this is different. Anyway, so it's
Moving
all
on.
fine. And they deal with that straw mattress in a totally hygienic way, and everybody slept great.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're going to stop for today. We'll be back tomorrow with the final part of this historical delight. I call it the Royal Era. Heaving Bosoms is produced by us, Melody Carlisle and Sabrina Bradley. Editing is done by me, Melody Carlisle. Our theme music is by the incredible singer-songwriter Brittany Fonts, and our art is by the ultra-talented author Kate Pryor. If you like our show, remember to follow us on your favorite podcast app, rate us 5 stars, and leave a review. That one small action is a huge way to help the show. If you want to get in touch with us for advertising inquiries or anything else, you can email us at heavingbosomspodcast@gmail.com. If you want more of us, visit patreon.com/heavingbosomspodcast. You can also find us on Instagram at Heaving Bosoms, on TikTok at Heaving_Bosoms, and in our Facebook group, the Heaving Bosoms Geriatric Friendship Cult. See you tomorrow.
What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation,
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
open a new retail location with 36% more square feet,
Fantastic.
hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.